Well, with opportunistic crime on the rise at this time of the year, holidaymakers are urged to remain vigilant, be at home or while out shopping. So what safety precautions then should you take against criminals? That's the question that I'm hoping our eNCA reporters will be able to answer for us. Well, they're on the streets this morning finding out how you can protect yourself. In the Johannesburg CBD is Nkosazana Dambuza. Mawane Kezwa is in Durban and Nobisutu Hejana is in Cape Town. Colleagues, good to have you and good morning to you. Nobisutu, from where you are, in Cape Town, how rife are petty crimes or just crimes in general during this time, and what's the advice on what to do about it?
Well, Dumelo, we're looking at the child safety during the festive season, and the city of Cape Town did say last year about 90 children went missing and they were reunited with their parents during the festive season. But just to get an understanding as to what happens at the malls, I'm joined by the manager at Cape Gate, Miss Amanda McCarthy. Now, Amanda, what are the common cases you deal with here at Cape Gate, especially concerning child safety?
Obviously, we've got a lot of families coming to the centre, and we obviously try to keep everybody safe. From our side, we've got obviously our security and everybody looking out for everybody. Thankfully, we've never lost a child, and we just have to urge parents to just keep your children safe. There's a lot of people get distracted when they're shopping, so please just keep your children close to you and look after them.
And you mentioned that you've never had a case where a child went missing, but there are instances where parents forget their children.
Yes, like I said, people get distracted and the kid might be walking off. We then obviously go out and go find the child, keep the child safe until we can locate the parents. But yeah, as I said, we can't police everybody, so yeah, please just keep, especially little ones. It's usually the little 2-3-year-olds that just wander off on their own, so please look after your children.
And what sort of activities do you have at the mall to also assist parents while they're shopping, where their children can probably do some sort of activities and being obviously watched?
Yes, obviously for this year, with Christmas, we always try to do something. It's a bit harder with COVID. We have to do some small-scale stuff. We do a lot of family stuff, so we encourage parents to do it with their children. That's the whole point. We're a family centre, so they can take photos with their family. There's a little Build-A-Bear workshop where the mommy can sit with them and make a little craft kits. And also this year, because Santa can't be here physically, we've got him. You can video call him, so that's about a 5-minute thing. So it's no issue for parents to just wait with their kids to do that. It's just safer that way, and the kids and the families can still have fun together.
And what would be your advice for parents? We understand there's COVID also, so what is your advice to ensuring that although there aren't a lot of activities for children to wander off, what can they do to still ensure that their children are safe? Because there are cases where you get people who snatch children from their parents.
Yeah, as I said, thankfully not at Cape Gate. As I said, hold your child's hand. A lot of people put their children in a trolley if they know that the kids are going to be wandering off. It's just the safer. There's a lot of trolleys around here. And then just, like I said, do stuff with your child. If you want to go to the movies, go with the movies with your child and keep them with you. And then the same also as you mentioned, COVID, please wear your mask, sanitize, keep your distance. Things are still in place at the centre, and we want everybody to be safe.
All right, thank you very much. Well, that was Amanda McCarthy from the Cape Gate. She did say that exciting news, though, for people who don't want to be physically here at the store, or rather take pictures with Santa physically. They will have Santa virtually, where they can video call him and take pictures at the booth. But she did also mention that children need to be vigilant and take precautions for their children's safety. Dumelo.
All right, thank you so much, Nobisutu. Let me come back to Johannesburg, where Nkosazana Dambuza is standing by. Nkosazana, we know that this is the time where most holidaymakers are letting their guard down, but it's an opportunistic time for criminals, right, to pounce on us.
Yes, indeed, Dumelo. I'm standing at the MTN taxi rank in the Johannesburg CBD, which is notorious for petty crime. people who use this taxi rank to get to their various destinations often become a victim to criminals who pickpocket, who grab their handbags and their phones out of their hands, and sometimes even through the window of the taxi while they are seated inside. And what's been observed is that people who witness these petty crimes often don't intervene, and they almost pretend as if they don't see anything happening. And people do this, they don't get involved because they fear for their own safety. And as I'm standing here today, I haven't seen any police presence since I got here, despite this area being a hotspot for petty crimes. But let's take a listen to a report on petty crimes in this festive season.
Whether it's playing tricks on unsuspecting victims to steal their belongings or snatching cell phones out of people's hands, criminal behavior is commonplace in the country. Every South African can be a target of petty crimes. According to the Department of Justice and Correctional Services, these crimes can be characterized as crimes of need, which are non-violent in nature, like shoplifting, trespassing and phone snatching. These offences are prevalent during the festive season.
A very common scam that we see a lot of is this, where people are going outside with their phones because they're going to catch an Uber, and then they're holding the phone in the hand and someone just grabs the phone, runs, there's a car waiting, and they go over.
Though we do have security, they always make a plan. Simply because there's traffic, so they target where there's people and they take advantage of that.
And crime experts say it's not going to get any better this festive season.
Let's not forget that criminals are desperate. They're also trying to celebrate in the festive season. They need your hard-earned cash, and they're going to try their luck at every turn. What we've seen over the past few weeks, especially, has been an increase in cell phone snatching.
Police say crooks are always hard at work to find new ways to commit crimes.
These criminals are now using I think they would be using a razor blade or any other sharp object, and they actually cut off the bottom part of the handbag, which is carrying valuables. And because it's so congested, people are close to each other, you only realize later that you're only left with your straps.
The public is urged to be vigilant and walk in large groups, as crime is expected to peak in the run-up to Christmas. Nkosazana Dambuza, Johannesburg.
Nkosazana, I mean, we saw the visuals there, and I'm just keen to know if you've had an opportunity perhaps to even speak to some of the commuters there, if they feel safe, especially at this time of the year, and if they feel well protected at this time by law enforcement.
Well, Dumelo, since I got here this morning, I have been trying to get to speak to some of the commuters, but they've been very hesitant to speak to me. They say that this area is no place to just stand around and talk because of the level of petty crimes that occur in this area. So that just goes to show that indeed there is a prevalence of petty crimes in this area when people are even just scared to stand and have a conversation.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. But thank you so much, both to Nkosazana and Nobesutu Hechana, for just giving us that glimpse into the reality of what South Africans are going through, particularly at this time where petty crimes are rife.